The French are burning down Tesla dealerships. Let's get into it. This is from the Hindustan Times. Authorities in France are investigating a suspected arson, for the love of God, attack that left a dozen Tesla vehicles in ruins at a dealership in Plaisance du, I can't even pronounce that, a suburb of Toulouse. I'm not sure where that's at, but the fire, which broke out late Sunday night, caused an estimated 700,000 euros in damages, reported local news station Dépêche, La Dépêche. It also raised questions about possible motives ranging from sabotage to political activism in a time where there is growing anti-Tesla sentiment in Europe, fueled by CEO Elon Musk's involvement in the U.S. government. Firefighters are out at the scene around 4 a.m. on Monday and managed to contain the blaze to the vehicles. 8 cars are completely destroyed, while 4 others suffered significant damage. The Tesla dealership remained untouched, though it was forced to close for the day as investigations began. Local authorities have indicated the arson is the likely cause, citing a hole found in the perimeter fence, reported French news website Numerama. Authorities also pointed to previous threats by a militant group towards Tesla. The cause of the blaze was not at all accidental, the prosecutors told AFP. Now, a lot of people were saying, hey, maybe these Teslas could have exploded. I thought that was kind of funny. We all remember after the inauguration, I'm not sure when that was, but that Cybertruck exploded out of Trump's hotel. I'm not sure if that was in Vegas. I think that was in Vegas, but apparently it was like some kind of like domestic terrorist thing. This guy had a bunch of accelerant in the trunk. It was kind of crazy, this kind of shit happening, but I thought that was just like the perfect image of like the new era America was entering, just this burning Tesla outside this Trump hotel. The attack comes amid rising tensions surrounding Tesla and CEO Elon Musk. Musk's recent political stances, including his alignment with U.S. President Donald Trump, for far-right parties in Europe have sparked backlash. Protest movements targeting Tesla have emerged, particularly in the United States, where demonstrations and acts of vandalism have been reported. Some groups have even called for direct action against Tesla locations worldwide. Let's get some opinion on Reddit. Our shirt has been burnt down. I wouldn't be surprised it's actually a Tesla randomly exploding. Did you notice when the Cybertruck exploded in front of Trump's building shortly before his inauguration, no one suggested it was a Democratic conspiracy? Some people are loving this stuff. The French really know how to protest. Oh, baby. But there's more, even in America. Tesla supercharger set on fire in Massachusetts. Cars in Toulouse, they mentioned the French dealership. 7 Tesla superchargers were set alight earlier this week in the U.S. state of Massachusetts, while a dozen Teslas were reportedly incinerated at a dealership in Toulouse. Both incidents believed to be intentional arson attacks. The incidents represent a disturbing increase in the public pushback against the Tesla brand because of the politics of CEO Elon Musk. Doing that little Nazi salute didn't exactly win him any friends. The Littleton Fire Department and Littleton Police Department observed 7 charges with heavy fire damage. The Littleton Electric, Light, and Water Department then had to cut power to the device before the fires could be extinguished. Surprised they didn't just cut the copper wiring out. There's a ton of copper wiring in those things. Supercharger fire reportedly took place only a few hours after similar act of vandalism was carried out in Tesla dealership in Toulouse, France. According to local European media outlets, a dozen Teslas. Okay, we already know that. But yeah, Europe is getting sick of this, and Elon Musk is having some problems in Europe. Tesla sales crash continues in Europe, with Germany down 70%. So Europe's getting tired of this bullshit. Tesla sales crash continues in Europe, with more countries reporting February numbers, including Germany, down 70%. Global sales of the automaker were down year over year for the first time in a decade last year, and things continue will be even worse in 2025. Damage is especially significant in Europe. We've been tracking sales, and last month Tesla deliveries were down roughly 50% compared to last year. Early this week, we reported the first few European markets reporting February sales, and again, Tesla deliveries are down significantly in France, Norway, Denmark, and Sweden. Here's some numbers. You see February of last year. Total numbers are down. I believe these are the total numbers sold. At 6,000, now it's down to about 1,400. Same thing, year over year change, that's down negative 70.6%. In the UK, it's up slightly. France, it's down 44%. I think they were saying on Reddit it might have been a rounding error. Incorrect news, it is 76% if you want to round it. Then right at its 80%. Came here for this. It should be 100%, but I'll give it another month or two. Sales may have actually increased in Eastern Germany by 100%. They sold 2. I think the article is just sloppily written. The 76% thing is February sales, and the 70% bad rounding should be 71% is the year-to-date number, 76.3. It says a lot about the state of the corporate world when all the board members get behind a leader who undermines the company in every term, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. But that's not all. That's not all. We have a lot of protests as Tesla is tanking in Europe. We have a lot of people in America that are pissed about this. There's a playlist that YouTube has for me, and there's a ton of videos on here of people protesting Tesla, going to the dealerships. It's pretty crazy.
In New Orleans, a usually festive Mardi Gras parade turning sour as the crowd spots some Tesla Cybertrucks. Onlookers booing, jeering, and pelting the vehicles with beads usually tossed at revelers. Just the latest.
They should throw steel balls at the windows.
Elon Musk's central role in the Trump administration, now affecting his car company and those who buy his cars. Recent protests erupting outside Tesla dealerships in Manhattan, Boston, and Tucson, Arizona, calling for a boycott.
This is a protest against Trump and Musk, mainly because they're trying to take from the poor to pass a tax relief, they call it, for the wealthy.
And even an alleged...
I had some comments. They're basically just saying, like, Trump wants to start a recession because billionaires get richer during a recession. A lot of people are saying that it's just a big wealth transfer to billionaires, this whole thing with Elon and Doge and all this shit. They're not actually saving any money. All the damage they're causing is just going to cost more money in the long run. A lot of people saying that stuff, you know, it's just... It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for Elon. It doesn't look good for America. People are pissed.
An attack targeting Tesla charging stations under investigation in Massachusetts. At the same time, posts on social media from people who say they're trying to sell
a lot of people. I've heard of a lot of people selling their Teslas. There's a thing going around Twitter. It was like a bumper sticker thing. It said, "I bought this before I knew he was a Nazi." A lot of people are really fed up with Musk's shit. You know, it's just... It's not surprising at all. The guy, this was bound to happen. The dude, I mean, I've already said my piece on Elon Musk. Well, I don't know what else you can really say about the guy, but he's obviously losing whatever shreds of credibility he had are like gone now. People are done with his shit. And it's kind of gratifying to see.
Tesla, because they don't want to be associated with Musk. Including star musician Sheryl Crow waving goodbye to her towed Tesla.
I don't like Elon Musk.
NBC affiliate 9 News in Denver reporting on a dirt parking lot full of Teslas and speaking to another woman who sold hers.
He doesn't care about people. He has no empathy whatsoever. So he can be...
I love that. People are still wearing that haircut. I know it has nothing to do with the story, but I dig it, baby. I like those shades too.
The richest man in the world, but I'm not going to help contribute to that.
But those selling might have trouble getting much in return. Used car website Car Gurus reporting that the average price of used Teslas has crashed from about $67,000 in 2022 to under $30,000 this month. Not much more than your run-of-the-mill used car.
Doesn't it cost like $25,000 to replace those batteries or something? I read that somewhere like years ago.
That could just be due to loads of Tesla leases coming to an end. Or it might have something to do with Musk's association with Trump.
I think the answer is it's too early to tell. It definitely is polarizing in both directions. Whether it's GM or Hyundai, Kia, they're starting to put a lot more EVs into the marketplace. So that's going to continue to create competition for Tesla.
Yeah, it's a real mess, but it's getting worse. Tesla stock wipeout has hit Elon Musk's net worth by more than $150 billion this year. Elon Musk's estimated net worth has plunged, falling from a peak of $486 billion to $330 billion. I think he's still like $80 billion richer than he was a couple years ago, but he's still the world's richest man. Don't worry, Elon Glazers. He's still the world's richest man. Elon Musk, the world's richest person, lost billions of dollars in the first 2 months of the year, but he's still holding onto the title. Oh, boy. As Tesla and SpaceX CEO, the de facto head of the Department of Government Efficiency, has seen his estimated net worth drop from a peak of $486 billion to $330 billion, according to the Bloomberg billionaires list. The $156 billion lost to leaves him far ahead of Jeff Bezos, whose projected net worth stands at $222 billion. Good God. It always kind of just grosses me out whenever I hear how much money these people have. Anyways, Musk's shrinking fortune is largely tied to Tesla stock, which has plunged about 36% since the start of the year as the company struggles with slowing sales. Roughly 50% of Musk's wealth comes from Tesla shares and options. The rest of his wealth comes from his other ventures. His net worth skyrocketed when SpaceX hit a $350 billion valuation, making it the world's most valuable startup. Meanwhile, XAI, his artificial intelligence startup, raised $6 billion in funding, pushing its valuation of $50 billion. Tesla stock soared at the end of 2024, briefly surpassing $420 per share. Those gains have vanished as sales took a hit, especially in Europe. Sales in Sweden normally dropped 42% and 48% last month, while in Germany, where Tesla built some of its best-selling electric vehicles, deliveries dropped 76%. That follows an across-the-board decline in the previous month. You know, Tesla doesn't like Trump and right-wing bullshit. Not Tesla. Europe doesn't like Trump and right-wing bullshit. Who would have thought? Australia's sales dropped almost 72% in California, especially Tesla's biggest domestic market. New vehicle registrations fell 11.6 last year, according to the California New Car Dealers Association. So this thing, it's getting really bad for Musk, really ugly for Musk. I don't know how he recovers from this. But that's all I got for you guys for right now. Do you think this is a bump in the road for Elon Musk? Can he recover from this? You know, it doesn't look like it. Those European sales numbers look terrible, and his reputation in America is fading very quickly. He's really unpopular right now, and it's not surprising why. But let me know. Leave your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good weekend if I don't see you, and I'll see you guys later.